job, man, watching the tailgate. The energy is good. We got some tacos getting ready to come up. You know I got to be around some food. It's football Friday, baby. Let's go.
Wait, are you making the food again, or can you just sit back and enjoy the food?
I am sitting back and enjoying the food right now. It's Lot J Tacos, man. This guy's at all the sporting events. So they got carne asada, they got quesadillas, they got burritos, they got it all. They got drinks, they got micheladas, but you know I can't have no michelada, but I'm gonna have some tacos.
I need a michelada when I get over there. I hope they're still open. I can work the sideline on one michelada. It's not that big a deal.
Not a big. Well, come on over, man. They're here till like 6:30.
Beautiful. I'll be there in lickety split. I'll say that. You've been on a run here, man. You are working your you know what's off cooking lately. First of all, how did last week go at LVMS?
It went great. I had more people that showed up. Last year was probably about 20. This year was probably about 45 to 50 people. So it went really well. Shout out to my guy and the whole social media team for Las Vegas Motor Speedway. They did an amazing job, man, in taking me back. Q&A questions. So it was great, man. And I have opportunity to meet with Kyle Larson before the race and talk to his right-hand man, Jeff. So it was really cool, man. I'm all in with NASCAR. And everybody loved the ribs, man. The ribs went so fast. People started coming over, and they were pissed I didn't have more ribs left.
What's the plan for the food this weekend? You're going to be inside Mandalay Bay. These are the weeks. There's a 2 weeks a year where I'm like, Mark, I don't know if I like you so much, bro, because you can play up to the former Chief background. I like it when you're a former Philly Eagle, but you've got a big cookout. Is that tomorrow at Flanker?
It's going to be tomorrow from 11 to 6. Me and Dana Hughes will be there at Flankers inside Mandalay Bay. And then they're going to have a post-game party on Sunday after the game and before the game. So all weekend long, you're going to have the Grill McMillan menu. You got burnt ends, you got ribs, you got mac and cheese, you got apple cobbler all weekend long at Flankers. And you know what? Nevada has no more Grill McMillan sauce. They bought up all my sauces in the Valley.
Good for you, but bad for us.
Yeah.
I was thinking of throwing some of that into the mac and cheese. Or is the mac and cheese good enough that it stands on its own?
Oh, the mac and cheese stands on its own, man. It's got a nice little little bite to it. I think he uses like 4 or 5 different cheeses. Chef Michael over there at Flankers. So he did a really good job, man. We had a really good demo that we promoted it. So, man, I'm just excited. And obviously, man, this cooking thing is taking over. It's taking over. Steve, it's taking over.
Mark, I told you last Friday when you were on with us that I liked the way you were talking dirty to me about your ribs, and I got to say I'm liking it again about the food with Flankers.
Oh my God, talking.
Yeah, you got to get over. You got to get over the Flankers, man. You got to get over there, and man, if you show up, man, I'll buy you a beer, man. I'll buy you a cold one on me. You know, just to show up and support, man. And it's not just Chief fans; it's Raider fans as well. They can come out and hang out, but. From where I started off, man, to now I'm having a menu at Mandalay Bay, Flankers. Come on, man. From the gridiron to having our own menu for a weekend for one of the best rivalries in football, Chiefs and Raiders.
I'm going to get the Chiefs and Raiders here in less than 5 minutes, but you're over at Allegiant. You're getting ready for UNLV and Boise State. You're a big follower of Rebel football. I think a lot of this game comes down to the position you played, and that's the defensive backfield, because both teams have been a little bit leaky. Rebels are giving up over 278 in the air per game. Boise's a bottom 5 defense against the pass. They're like 304 yards. Are these teams ready to slow down the pass? Or are we going to see a freaking shootout in the air?
I think we might see a shootout tonight. Obviously, the corner is going to be on the island because you got to pack the box. You know, you can't let Jency get off. You just cannot. I don't care what you do. You have to stop him and force that quarterback and those receivers to beat you on the outside. UNLV, obviously, man, they're just on a roll. You know, it seems like every week, you know, people are doubting them. But, man, this is a well-coached football team on both sides. And I'll tell you what, UNLV has a special teams advantage as well. Boise State is really bad at special teams, and UNLV is one of the tops in the nation, not to mention the young freshman kicker that UNLV has right now who leads the nation. How cool is that?
We first of all, that's awesome. We were talking about him earlier, and he's Chittenson is having a phenomenal year. Mark, one thing I wanted to ask you, and Steve and I just went through a list of players to watch for tonight, and one that wasn't on the list, it was in our notes, but it wasn't directly on the list, and he's actually a player to watch for me. Hajj Malik Williams, not necessarily in the actual passing aspect, but with his brains and his feet, because he's going up against a Boise team that gets sacks. For me, is how he's going to react to that pressure, being able to throw the ball away, making smart decisions. Who's a player for you to watch for tonight?
I would say De Jesus. He's like the X factor on anything. Obviously, Ricky White's going to get some double coverages, but I would say De Jesus, man, he is unguardable in that slot position. The young running back for UNLV will step up, so it's going to be a physical battle, and both teams are geared up for it. I'm excited for that matchup, but De Jesus is my guy, man, to look for. Then on the other side of Boise, I got to give my young boy some love, man. Kai Benefield. I'm actually with his dad right now, tailgating. We played together in JUCO, so he's a safety for Boise State, long rangey kid. So look for him to be all over the field for Boise State on defense.
Yeah, he's good. Both of their safeties are good. They're both the highest rated Pro Football Focus defenders on that Boise State team. All right, let's flip to Chiefs and Raiders. What do you make of the Chiefs start? Listen, they're winning all their games. That's the ultimate goal. They haven't won a game by more than 13. They're 4-0 in one-score games. Are they ripe for an upset, or are they ready to turn the corner and kind of take off here and really start winning in dominant fashion?
Well, like I said, Pat's he's been having some patchwork doing with his receivers, losing Pacheco, getting Hunt back on the squad has helped him out tremendously. I think he's averaging like almost 80 to 90 yards a game. He scored like 4 or 5 touchdowns, so he's good. Kelsey is just kind of flying under the radar. They bring over Hopkins from the Titans, so he has some weapons. But like I said, I don't think they're ripe for an upset. Obviously, this rivalry warrants an upset. They went to Arrowhead last year and had a big time upset, so it should be a good game, man. But Andy Reid, like I said, statistically, Pat doesn't look as like his old self, but I tell everybody, last 2 years, the Chiefs have been winning on defense. Spags has got that defense rolling, and you got some McDuffie is a really good corner. Obviously, you got Jones in the middle, who's just wrecking shop. So I know who's going to show up for the Raiders, and that's Max Crosby. I guarantee he's going to show up. Everybody else, I don't know.
I'm sorry. I completely forgot my question after that one.
It's all right.
No,
he's cracking us up. Mark McGillen's with us. Former Eagle, former Chief, Saint, Niner. Now the Commies, formerly the Redskins. Mark, how often did the Eagles, and maybe even the Chiefs, because of the Chiefs-Raiders rivalry, actually use bulletin board material where it worked, where another team was talking trash? Because obviously, AP threw out the Mahomes rules, and then some fan brought out a Kermit puppet, and they were all laughing about Pat Mahomes' dopey voice. How often during your career do you remember like something like that actually worked? The team got all fired up, or a coach got you all fired up?
Oh, all the time. All the time. See, back in those days, man, you just have to find every little edge, whether it's the Cowboys saying, our defense is better than the Eagles' defense, or whether they're saying Art Monk is going to work over me and Eric Allen. So there was always bulletin board material that you can use. And obviously, with the puppet that came out with Pat, don't think they don't remember that, So I'm sure Andy Reid's probably got some kind of wacky offensive play that he's going to use to try to embarrass the Raiders just a little bit, just to kind of get back at them for a little offseason trash that they were talking.
Just a minute ago, you mentioned DeAndre Hopkins, and we've seen newly acquired players be able to make impacts before. I mean, the Raiders saw it. I believe it was 2 years ago when they had to face Baker Mayfield in LA on very short notice. Do you see Hopkins being able to not be an amazing player, but impact the game enough that the Raiders should keep an eye on him throughout the game?
He's that kind of receiver. He's definitely a possession receiver. One of the best hands in the league. He's been on the shelf for the last 2 years. So, it's not like he has a lot of tread on his tires. He doesn't have to come in and be a superstar in that offense. He doesn't have to go out and catch 10 to 15 balls or go for 150 to be successful in that offense. And you see Patrick Mahomes, what he's able to do with just guys coming off the street. So just imagine, how happy he is just having the Hopkins, knowing that he's going to be reliable, probably use him in the slot a little bit. But the way Pat plays the game, man, I think me and Steve can go out there and run around. He can hit us.
I assume you are 100% Dodgers in this game. Dodgers and Yankees,
yeah.
The World Series first pitch here in 15.
Yes. I am so excited, man. California is just on fire right now. And what two better teams? You can't ask for two better markets. Obviously, they got the highest payrolls, but the Dodgers, you got Ohtani, you got Soto, you got Bent, you got Judge. There is so many headlines for this matchup, and there's a lot of California kids on both teams playing in L.A., so it's going to be a great series. I am pulling for the Dodgers. Hopefully we can win one for the great late Fernando Valenzuela.
Yeah, you got to see it. They got his number on the mound. His family's out there. There's flower. They got out on the sign in the back of the stadium. There's flowers everywhere. So it's a big deal. They're going to start the national anthem here. Yeah, we're stoked, man. We're stoked. I got to say I'm rooting for the Yankees, though. Sorry, longtime Yankee fan. So we're opposed on this one. Sorry, Mark.
You just threw that in there.
I had to at the end. I don't want to sound, it's like I'm, I sound like I'm too much of a Dodger fan. I'm not in this case. Mark, get in the stadium. I'll see you in a little bit on the sidelines. Should be a good one tonight.
All right, man. Just let me know if you're coming by for that michelada, man, or some carne asada tacos. Let's go.
Man, I need one post-game. The tacos I need pre-game, but I need one post-game. See you, Mark.
All right, brother.
Mark doesn't even know I am a michelada junkie.
Really?
Well, I love them.
Yeah.
In our Broadcaster Bites podcast, Caleb Herring, who's going to be on the game tonight, one of the voices of the Rebels. This is cheesy, but I guess he never had them before. So a couple times on the road, I'm like, dude, you got to get this beer. It's awesome.
How did we not go to get one in El Paso last year?
I don't remember why. I probably did. Maybe you didn't, but I think I did.
Well, because we went to get Mexican food the night we flew in.
I might have had one that night. I don't know. Maybe I didn't.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm all over.
Big miss.
I actually I tested the limits of what the human body can do in processing micheladas. I love the all-inclusives. So we went one of the all-inclusive trips we made to Mexico a couple years ago. I was mixing. I was not thinking at all. My two favorite drinks are micheladas, and ready for this? Don't vomit. Mudslides.
I don't know if I've ever had a mudslide.
I mix them together.
Oh, it doesn't
My
sound
stomach
good.
is an iron belly. Nothing gets me. That is a mix you don't want to do. All right, we're going to watch the national anthem here with, who is that? Brad Paisley, big flag on the field. World Series coming up, and then UNLV and Boise right around the corner.
The Westgate Las Vegas Resort and Casino is the place for football. Hey, it's JVT. Start your Sunday with us at the Superbook. Watch the games on the huge 4K video wall with free admission and free parking. Plus, great prizes every week. See you Sunday at the Westgate with ESPN Las Vegas.
Did you know the cost to American taxpayers of each illegal immigrant is nearly $9,000 per year, according to the Federation for American Immigration Reform?
Total cost since 2021, $72.8 billion.
Our current leaders in Washington have irresponsibly allowed over 7 million illegals to enter the U.S., 5 times the number of illegal immigrants from our prior elected officials.
While millions of illegals place massive pressure on public programs, fentanyl pours across our borders, causing countless deaths. Washington leaves the door open and we pay.
Elected officials aren't just ignoring us, they're willfully defying the law they swore to uphold.
We cannot afford to let the state